Okay, another big trip, another packing video. I'm going for about 4 days, 4 nights to France in the Alps near Grenoble to do some bike camping packing. I don't know if it counts as bike packing since we're staying in one spot and then we're gonna ride. And then this is essentially all I'm bringing. Kind of unpack everything and probably just go over all the gear in a bit. Oh, and before I get into it, I'll just go over the kind of itinerary for the trip. So this is the itinerary provided by Chouette, the bike shop. And yeah, so they're hosting the event. I'll take the overnight coach on Tuesday, get there on Wednesday morning, and then I spend kind of a few hours in Paris, maybe get some food or something, and then take a train down to Grenoble. And then the train down to Grenoble is at 3 p.m. So I think I get there around 5 or 6, which might mean it's a bit late to cycle. So I might just grab another bus down to the town closer to the camp and then I'll cycle to camp. This is what they plan, but if you want to do something else, you can as well. All the rides have quite a bit of climbing, which is kind of what you're coming here for in the Alps. So not that surprising, and the pace should be quite chill from my understanding. The first ride is on Thursday, and it seems like a pretty straightforward out and back ride just along the valley. So it's 46 kilometers and 1,000 meter elevation, but since it's there and back, it's essentially 1,000 meters of climbing in 23 kilometers. So on Friday, it looks like we can ride up to an area to watch the tour, and then another meetup at Lac du Bouclet. It's a very nice looking lake from what I've seen in the photos, so that should be great. And then on Saturday, another guided ride. Can be a short ride or it looks like a hike. Take a chairlift up to another lake for a swim and a race. That sounds fun as well. And then around 35 kilometers ride back down, it seems like potentially. Sunday's gonna be a bit tight. There's a few ride options. I realized that all these rides are actually road rides and there's only one gravel ride there, but I don't think I actually have time for a gravel ride. So I'm wondering if I should just switch my tires back to road tires. Because the ride I want to do on Sunday is the Alpe d'Huez ride. And that means I probably won't be doing a gravel ride unless I want to do it on one of the other days. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll just keep the gravel tires on, whatever. It is more rolling resistance, so it's more of a workout, but I guess it'll be good training for the trip I want to do in September, again in the mountains. And yeah, it should be a great trip. Let's go back into the gear unpacking. Yeah, essentially I'll have 2 IKEA Dimpa bags. I like to double bag it just in case for the bike, because I am going to take the coach, overnight coach from London to Paris, and then from Paris down to Grenoble, I'll be taking a train. And so yeah, this bag will be for the coach and the train. So this is the tent, the Nature Hike Vic 1. It's a single person tent, kind of a single wall design, but I don't really have too much of an issue with condensation. And then this is like a very small sleeping pad. It's like a small half-size inflatable pad. For me, I think it's enough and I'm pretty comfortable on it. If you've watched my other videos, you'll know that I usually just strap this right here. And so I'll be doing that again. Saves room in my bag. This has essentially all my camera gear and kind of power bank charging stuff. This is my Minolta auto cord. So I did a live stream the other day trying to fix this. And then I almost got to the end, but there was just an issue getting the shutter timing right. But I swapped a few parts around and now it is working for the most part, except at the very slow shutter speeds. I was kind of on the fence about it because it is kind of big and bulky and then I have to bring film. Sometimes I do like to just concentrate on just using a phone or a digital camera, so you just shoot more instead of focusing on kind of messing around with the camera itself. But I think sometimes this camera is good in that it like forces you to slow down. So that's what I'm hoping this camera will do for me on this trip. And then obviously I'll be doing YouTube video stuff. So my 360 X4 camera, Insta360 Go 3S, some napkins here, a helmet mount. And then one other thing is like this watercolor painting kit. I haven't really even used it, but I do want to get into like some basic ink drawing and watercolor stuff. So yeah, hopefully I'll make some time to do that. And then I do have just a compact digital point and shoot. This will be good for some of those nicer pictures that maybe the phone won't be enough for. And then I have my Garmin. Yeah, the front pocket's just got some cables and a small power bank. This is quite a nice hip belt pack thing. I brought it to my Spain trip And it's got pretty good ventilation in the back. I didn't really have any like back sweating issues. And I also have a small tripod I will be bringing somewhere. Oh, it's over there. And you can kind of strap it to the bottom of here. So yeah, it's like a bag designed for camera stuff. Good dividers inside. And then this is the main bag. This does not have any water in it. 8.3 kilograms. And this bag is the Luma bag Bromfort. And I think it's about like 28 liters or so because it's got the roll top. On the day rides, I plan to take the frame rack out of the back, which I've done here, and just put these kind of bottle holders on. And then this is like my emergency repair kit, extra tire, just in case, because yeah, it could be hard to find in a bike shop somewhere in case I get a tear. This will allow me to store enough water and food along with this bag here and this rack and all that stuff. But these are just two kind of like bottle pouches, more for like almost a military backpack type thing with the MOLLE strap setup, but they're super cheap on AliExpress. I think something like £3 each or something. But they're just like good quality, very durable. And for something like this, you can just put onto the rack and then you have like quite a lot of storage. I think this has got to be at least like 3-4 liters of storage. And then I just strapped this to the bottom. You can never have enough TPU straps, and it seems pretty stable. I don't think there'll be any rattling sounds besides the zipper. I'm gonna remove these and then I'm gonna slip the frame back into the back of this. This you can see is like a huge bag, which yeah, just adds a lot of wind resistance. Not that that is much better, but it is just heavy. And when you have a big bag, you tend to bring a lot more stuff. So I don't want to bring too much. So this side pocket has like my spare tire and also a lot of like kind of niche bike repair parts for the Brompton itself. So you've got like hinge clamps, brake cables, shifter cables, indicator chain. Yeah, just a bunch of random parts and some zip ties, and probably an extra tube in there as well. Oh, and one other accessory is the tool pouch to have in here. This should have most of the tools that I need. It is quite hard to take out, but there is a tire lever, multi-tool thing here, and it's nice because this tire lever includes a chain breaker, so yeah. And then also have some wrenches for like the thin quick release pedals, quick link, a banknote for a emergency boot, and then a tube in here. And yeah, in terms of the multi-tool segment, I might bring this one, so it's always good to have. And I don't think I will run into any issues crossing the border because I'm not taking the Eurostar. I'll double check on that in a bit. Yeah, but I always like to have a good set of pliers, multi-tool for that. And then I have a small bottle of dry lube. And then, yeah, just an extra kind of grocery carrying bag in case I need it. And on this side, it is my Helinox super light chair, a big rolling dry bag. Again, if I end up doing like a big shopping trip or something, I can just strap this to the back of the bike on the rack itself. This is a rain cover for the bag. This is the small tripod, also doubles as maybe a selfie stick or something. It's nice because it has like this thing where you can put your phone on it, or also I can put it on so I can maybe do some long exposure photography. Headlamp, always necessary when you're camping. Oh yeah, so this bag has these backpack straps, so it's really easy to carry around. You don't even have to do like a shoulder carry, which could be a bit annoying if you're carrying the bike, and then yeah, having 8 kilos on one shoulder can be a bit annoying. The straps do kind of go all over the place, but you can kind of tuck it in here and yeah, make sure it doesn't go into your wheels. And then it's pretty good, pretty comfortable. This part can still dig into your back a bit, but there's some padding here. The downside is you don't have kind of those rear pouches that I kind of like. But yeah, let's take a look inside here. So these are the two pouches that I'll be attaching to the bag frame I showed before. This is my toiletry bag, just toothbrush, razor, all that stuff. And then this is my little bag of film. I brought way too much film probably, as I always do. But better too many than too few, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rolls plus one in the camera, 9. That's a lot of shots. This is just the windproof, rainproof jacket. I think there is a bit of forecast of like a slight period of rain. Probably won't need it, but it also doubles as like a windbreaker at night if it does get chilly. This is all my clothes, underwear, my padded bike shorts are in here. I'm not gonna wear bibs. I do have a cycling jersey in there. Maybe on one of the days, if there's like a faster ride or something, I might go on it. And yeah, some socks. So this is all the clothes, I think, except what I'm gonna wear. So I'm gonna be wearing some long linen trousers and stuff that I'll probably wear around camp. This is a first aid kit. Usually when I go camping, it's good to have like some tent repair stuff. Yeah, heating pads, and even like the biggest thing is this kind of a, what do you call it? Like a splint, like a bendable splint thing. Never had to use it, but you know, just in case. Universal power adapter with a cable. Actually, I probably need to bring a couple more cables. Have a lot of things to charge. Cook set. I brought an alcohol stove, very basic. And then 2 of these dehydrated meal packs. I know it's France, so tons of good food, and I'll probably be stopping at a supermarket, but just in case anything happens, I can't go to a supermarket, I'll have this. Oh, that reminds me, I should be bringing some utensils. I think I forgot this on the last trip, but yeah, having my long titanium spoon, that's always good to have. And then right at the bottom is just a sleeping quilt. So this is good for like pretty much 3 seasons. It should be enough for the summer here, probably almost too much. So it's good that you can open it up and use as just a blanket on top instead of like a sleeping bag. And then that's pretty much it. I will be actually bringing my laptop. I probably have some work to do. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in the laptop pouch down in there. And that's it for the bag. Oh, actually though, there's the front pocket here as well. Let's see, sunglasses, another strap. Oh, air pump. This electronic air pump is nice because it has the display for the tire pressure. Some sunscreen, more straps, tube, and that's it. A couple more things I'll be bringing is this pretty big power bank. It'll be good to charge overnight or for my laptop and stuff. And then I'll also bring my Crocs. I think they'll be good for around camp, and it would be good for padding for my saddle so I don't break it like in Japan. Yep. Okay, let's do a time lapse of the packing maybe. .4 kilos. And I guess I'll just show you how this will look on the bike itself. Oops. Yeah, I'll have a bottle and then a couple soft bottles as well. And this will be attached here. Always got to be careful with these little strings. Make sure they're tucked in. The front bag. Still a lot of room with the roll top, so if I need to buy any groceries or anything, I have room here. And there we go. It is a bit high, but it's enough for steering really. It doesn't really get in the way too much. And yeah. Oh, yeah, these straps need to be tucked in. It looks kind of comically huge in the front. But the thing with the Brompton is that the front end feels twitchy. So having some weight on the front actually makes the bike handle a bit better. But usually for the back, if I go shopping, I have that dry bag. Then I would put the stuff in the back as kind of a secondary thing. My hip belt here, that just kind of clips on. And yeah, it doesn't really get in the way. You don't really feel it much on the bike. I don't think there's much else to talk about on the bike itself, but let's get a close up here. Yeah, so this is the bike. I didn't really change much in terms of gearing. Gave it a new re-wax. And I changed the brakes front and back, so Yeah, probably gonna go for a ride tonight to bed them in a bit and then make sure they're ready for the Alps. Yeah, should be fun. One other thing that's changed on the bike is I got my new rack with the wider platform. Quite a big difference. This was the old one, and you can see here it was just straight. So yeah, it could tip over a bit, but now that it's so wide, it's a lot more stable. And I guess you can put more stuff on it. So just changing the rotor and pads now. Standard brake rotors, at least what I just measured, is about 1.8, but these ones are measuring, yeah, like 1.5 something, 5.7, 5, yeah, 1.5. I think that's about, you don't really want to go much lower than that, especially if I'm cycling in the Alps with thousands of meters of elevation gain and loss. So yeah, definitely changing these out along with the pads, which probably hard to see here. Yeah, so there was a bit of uneven wear here. It looks like the middle is wearing more. And you can look at the pads here. Ooh, definitely needed to be changed. Not to be trusted on the descents on the Alps for sure.